Good morning. It's Friday, November 21st. Here's what we're working on. Investigators plan to pull apart a home in Brampton, looking for 3 people missing after a deadly fire.
I'm Simone Gavros reporting live in front of Hamilton's TD Coliseum. Tonight is the grand opening, and I'll have more details on that and what it means for Hamilton as a whole.
And the Blue Jackets are away. Lead pass for Fantilli. Gets it behind Domi. Fantilli scores!
And Columbus scores in overtime to beat the struggling Maple Leafs.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We have made it to Friday, and Brian, hopefully it is a much quieter day on the roads. So much congestion and problems on the road yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was not, and it didn't start very well with that complete closure of the northbound Red Hill Valley Parkway. Yeah, we struggled with that for a long time, and of course all the other problems throughout the day yesterday. Yeah, so far it's an awful lot quieter, thankfully, and it's an awful lot milder to start the morning here. I looked at my thermometer this morning, and I said 7. Whoa, it's cold, -7. No, wait a minute. There's no minus symbol in front of that. It's +7 degrees. Wow. So the temperature actually went up overnight. We got to 7 for the high yesterday. It dipped to about 4, and then it went up to, and that's where we sit right now. And we're going to climb to 9 degrees for the day today. We have had some light rain. We're still getting some in the area, but so showers on and off throughout the morning, and then we'll start to see some clearing as the afternoon goes on. We'll get back to sun and a sunny weekend coming up, and I'll talk about that coming up. Yeah, we're +7 right now. All right, traffic this morning, nothing to see. 403 Waterdown Road looks pretty good at the moment. So nothing going on, nothing, the link, the Red Hill Valley Parkway, all doing fine. We still have some lingering construction, like here. You're looking at the QEW at here Ontario Street. So Toronto bound towards us, Niagara bound away from us. You can see we've only got one right lane open through that area. Hopefully that'll get cleared pretty quickly. Otherwise, not a lot. Millen Road, top of the Burlington Skyway, all moving nicely so far. Take it carefully, please. We'll look at weather and traffic coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. 3 people are still missing this morning after a deadly house fire in Brampton early yesterday. Brampton Mayor Patrick Brown says the property has a concerning building inspection history and was owned by an absentee landlord. He says they'd been trying to make that property compliant since 2019. 11 people are associated with the home, an extended family, and those living in a separate apartment. 2 adults were killed in the fire early yesterday, and 4 people, including a 5-year-old boy, are in critical condition. 2 other people made it out safely. The cause of that fire is under investigation.
Another pedestrian has been killed in Hamilton, the 3rd in a week. An 83-year-old man is dead after being hit by a vehicle on Hamilton's East Mountain. He'd been walking his dog yesterday morning and was crossing at Upper Ottawa and Anson Avenue, just south of Mohawk Road. The dog survived. Police say the driver that hit them is cooperating with their investigation. The city councillor for that area, Tom Jackson, says plans are in the works for a pedestrian signal at the intersection where it happened.
Conservation officers in BC are looking for a grizzly bear after a horrific attack on a school group. 2 people were critically injured and 2 others were seriously hurt. So it happened in the central BC coastal community of Bella Coola. That's about 700 kilometers northwest of Vancouver. 7 other people were treated at the scene of the attack, which happened yesterday afternoon. Several teachers had apparently tried to halt the attack, and one of the teachers was airlifted to hospital.
The highly anticipated grand opening of Hamilton's TD Coliseum is tonight. Thousands of fans and visitors to the city will be filling up the venue to see Sir Paul McCartney take the stage. Simone Gavros joins us live from outside TD Coliseum with all the details. Good morning, Simone.
Good morning, Rick. Yesterday was the official ribbon cutting ceremony, but today is that day that everyone has been waiting for. The sold-out show starts at 8 p.m., but we are likely going to see a lot more people coming into the city to grab a bite to eat, maybe getting a drink, and just getting a feel of the city before the show starts. Now, later this morning, I'll be talking to police about safety measures, and at 8:30, I'll be speaking with Mayor Andrea Horvath about what this means for the city as a whole. Now, the opening today definitely brings back some nostalgic elements as well. 40 years ago, in 1985, Cops Coliseum opened to the public here in downtown Hamilton. The yellow, orange, and purple seats are no more. The interior has been completely transformed in this $300 million project with new open concepts, more premium seating, and plenty of food options. There's also a lot of excitement around the economic spin-off for the city as a whole. Now, the Paul McCartney concert is completely sold out today, but if you're looking to go just for the vibes, there are resale tickets on Ticketmaster going for $265 that are somewhat behind the stage, but the most expensive retail tickets I've found today on StubHub are going for over $22,000 each. Now, if you are coming into the city, Metrolinx tells CHCH News that they are adjusting departure times at the West Harbor GO station, so that is going to be adjusted to 11:40, and that final train will be departing from West Harbor to Union. For now, things back over to you, Annette.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, two Burlington businesses are working together to help bring essential items to vulnerable people in Hamilton, Mississauga, and Toronto. The owners of Karen Bennett Designs and Evolution Fitness in Burlington are drop-off spots for Handbags for Hope. Karen Bennett started the initiative 4 years ago to create the care packages for unhoused women. You can drop off gently used handbags filled with things like shampoo, deodorant, menstrual products, socks, and underwear. And the bag itself, she says, is just as important as what goes inside it.
If they have a zipper, that's really great. A crossbody bag or a backpack is really good. We want something that is big enough to hold the essential items. When the items are gone, it's something that people can carry other items inside.
Organizers are hoping to collect 300 handbags, and they say including a treat, something like a Tim Hortons gift card, is a nice added touch.
The CPKC holiday train is on its way to Cambridge, Ayr, Woodstock, and London today after its stop in Hamilton last night. Smash Mouth and Kitchener native J.J. Wild were the musical entertainment for this leg of the journey. The train is making its annual trek to bring joy, raising awareness, money, and food for local food banks at all the stops along the way. The train is in its 27th year and always manages to attract enthusiastic crowds. Last night was no different.
I'm so happy to see it!
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Hamilton's definitely a bigger show. We do have pretty big crowds at certain stops, but Hamilton's definitely a highlight.
Last night's stop raised $10,000 in cash donations for Hamilton Food Share, along with food donations people brought along. Since 1999, the holiday train has raised more than $26 million and collected over 5 million pounds of food for community food banks in Canada and the U.S. The train will wrap up its journey on December 21st.
A piece of Niagara Falls history has moved. The wreck of a small barge that's been lodged near the brink of the falls since 1918 has split in two. The bow has broken loose. Both pieces are stuck against rocks upstream in the Niagara River. Experts believe they'll stay there until the force of the river moves them again, eventually plunging them over the falls. The scow broke loose from a towing tug 107 years ago, about 600 meters from the brink of the Horseshoe Falls. Two men on it were rescued the following day. Meantime, treasures have been recovered from what's being called the Holy Grail of shipwrecks. It's off the coast of Colombia. The artifacts recovered include gold and bronze coins, a cannon, and a porcelain cup. The ship called the San Jose was sunk by the Royal Navy, the British Royal Navy, in the Caribbean more than 300 years ago. It's believed to contain treasures worth billions of dollars. At the time of the sinking, the ship was carrying large amounts of gold, silver, and emeralds from Spanish colonies in Latin America back to the Spanish king. The treasures are the center of a legal dispute between the Colombian government and a U.S.-based marine salvage company that actually discovered the wreck.
After slamming the brakes on a 5-game losing skid on Tuesday, the Maple Leafs tried to start a winning streak last night against Columbus. Let's pick it up in the second period when Blue Jackets forward Adam Fantilli beat Joseph Woll for his 7th goal of the season, giving the visitors a 2-0 lead. Dakota Mermis cut the deficit in half with his first goal as a Maple Leaf and his first tally since the 2023-24 season when he was playing in Minnesota. John Tavares tied the game at 2-2 early in the third period when he took a pass from rookie Easton Cowan and scored his team-leading 12th goal of the year. Just like Tuesday's game, this one would need overtime.
Domi looks back in front for McCabe, that's picked off by Werenski, and the Blue Jackets are away. Lead pass for Fantilli, gets it behind Domi, Fantilli scores! Adam Fantilli, the overtime winner for Columbus.
Fantilli scored his second goal of the game with 39 seconds to go in OT to help Columbus beat the Blue and White 3-2. A native of Nobleton, Ontario, has scored 5 goals in his last 2 games in Toronto. Brantford took the latest battle of the Dogs in the OHL. Merrick Van Acker scored a hat-trick and added an assist as the Bulldogs blasted the Niagara Ice Dogs 5-0. Ryerson Leenders made 18 saves for his second shutout of the season. The Sleeman Center, home of the Guelph Storm, has been selected to host the 2027 Memorial Cup. The 107th Canadian Junior Hockey Championship coincide with the city's 200th birthday. The Storm have played in 6 Memorial Cups and hosted the tournament in 2002 and co-hosted in 1962 with Hamilton and Kitchener. Kelowna, BC will host the 2026 Memorial Cup in May. Well, very little went right for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, who opened Week 12 of the NFL season in Houston.
Now they bring Shakir back into the backfield. Flare him out. Allen throws off his back foot. Short, picked at the 9-yard line. Bullock.
The Texans' top-ranked defense sacked Allen 8 times last night, and Kalen Bullock had 2 interceptions and forced a fumble as Houston held off Buffalo 23-19. It marked the first time since Week 2 back in September that Allen failed to throw a touchdown in a game. He accounted for 6 TDs last week against Tampa Bay. Davis Mills threw for 153 yards and 2 TDs to help the Texans win their 3rd straight game and improve to 6-5. Buffalo fell to 7-4. Davis Thompson, Doug Gim, and Rico Hoey shot a 10-under-60 and have a 1-shot lead at the RSM Classic in Georgia. Dundas's Mackenzie Hughes carded a 5-under, while Ben Silverman is the top Canadian at 8-under. Somi Lee leads the CME Group Tour Championship in Florida by 2 strokes after an opening round 8-under-64. Canadian Brooke Henderson is at 4-under, 4 shots back. Major League Baseball is returning to a cornfield in Dyersville, Iowa. The league says the Phillies and Twins will play in the 3rd Field of Dreams game next August. The Yankees and White Sox played in the 1st Field of Dreams game in 2021, and the Cubs and Reds did so in 2022. In the time since, the site has undergone renovations to include a youth baseball and softball complex. Field of Dreams Stadium is the site of the 1989 movie of the same name.
All right, 13 minutes after 6 o'clock, but more importantly, it's Friday. Yay! All right, 21st of November. Let's get you into traffic first of all, then we'll check the all-important forecast for today and the weekend. Traffic's doing fine. What? After what we had yesterday? Ooh, traffic is so much better this morning. So looking at the 403 and Waterdown Road, nothing to see there, all moving nicely. Link, Red Hill Valley Parkway, thankfully, moving well. Let's go to some MTO traffic cameras. How about St. Catharines, first of all? QEW Martindale. Yes, we do have some wet roads. You can see the shine on the highways there. Nothing at Millen Road, Stony Creek. North of 2, so coming off the Skyway Bridge, doing fine. Here's east of Royal Windsor, the Ford plant, and we still have construction. Now, this is Your Ontario camera, we're looking at Toronto-bound lanes coming towards us and Niagara-bound away from us. One right lane is all that's open going Niagara-bound. You can see the left lanes are blocked there. All right, to our temperature at the moment. Check this. Temperature this morning is 7. +7 degrees. Temperature actually went up overnight. We've got a bit of a southwesterly wind and some light rain, very light rain this morning, and that's what we'll have for the day today. Light rain this morning, showers throughout the morning on and off, and then we'll start to see some sunshine. So we'll get a bit of clearing for the afternoon, bit of a west wind for the day today, but mild at 9 degrees above seasonal. We've got an approaching cold front. Ahead of it is that mild air. The cold front is going to go through. It's going to clear up the skies later and give us sunshine for the weekend, but it's also going to give us cooler temperatures, particularly for the day tomorrow. But look at the temperatures today, 9 and 10 degrees around the horseshoe, so it'll be mild, but it'll be unsettled, particularly this morning, and then we'll start to see that clearing trend for the afternoon. Tonight will be chillier, 0 to -1 to -2, even some areas sitting around -3 degrees. Fog and -5 for Guelph and Kitchener overnight. Tomorrow, temperature is a bit cooler, 5 and 6 degrees, but still that's around seasonal, and we should have a fair bit of sunshine for the day tomorrow. So a fairly nice day for this time of year. So out the door, 21st of November, Friday, it is fairly cloudy. We have some light rain, temperature on the plus side at 7, and long range coming up. Annette, Rick.
Get out there and enjoy those temperatures while you can then. Thank you. Well, coming up after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily. She's got a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And Mexico has just surpassed Canada as the top customer of the United States. What's prompted that? The details after the break. 6:17, we say good morning to Emily with a preview of Chit Chat.
Hi, good morning, guys. Happy Friday.
Yes.
Happy Friday.
We are getting our first look at the new Hunger Games movie. Not gonna lie, I watched them when I was in my 20s and they still terrified me. The Weeknd is breaking records and they're huge. Like, not Taylor Swift huge, but they're huge. And later on, we talk about Paul Anka and his new documentary. And Brian was very impressed because I came in the studio singing one of Paul Anka's songs.
And I wondered, why are you singing that?
Yeah, that's
Now we know.
why. It was really just to impress Brian.
It's your research.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much. In business news and overseas trading, the Canadian dollar's up a couple of points to 70.96 cents US. Gold is down $4. Oil is down 87 cents to $58.14 US a barrel. Midday markets in Europe, there's a lot of drops this morning. Triple-digit losses in Germany.
On Asian markets, finishing down with the Nikkei leading the way, losing more than 1,100 points. Hong Kong recorded a 615-point loss, and Shanghai dropped by nearly 100. At the close on Bay and Wall Streets yesterday, a lot of red as well, with the TSX closing down by 371 points. The Dow lost 386. The Nasdaq fell 486.
Mexico has jumped past Canada to become the top customer of the United States. In July and August, Mexico's imports of U.S. goods increased dramatically, surpassing Canada by almost $5 billion. Most of it was in tech equipment. The drop in exports from the U.S. to Canada is partly due to Canadian counter tariffs on certain U.S. goods. During that time, they have since been lifted.
A new survey shows food is still the main household financial concern for Canadians as prices continue to rise. According to the Canadian Food Sentiment Index, more than 80% of people surveyed said food is their top expense pressure. And about 20% of the nearly 3,000 Canadians surveyed said they spend more than $600 a month on food at home. Roughly 46% say they spend between $300 and $600 per month.
Well, time is running out to claim a share of the $500 million price-fixing settlement that involves Loblaw and its parent company, George Weston. Anyone who bought packaged bread or bakery items between 2001 and 2021 could get up to $50, even if they previously claimed Loblaw's $25 gift card. The companies admitted years ago to taking part in an industry-wide scheme that inflated bread prices for many years. Earlier this year, a court approved the settlement, which covers products like sliced bread, buns, bagels, wraps, pitas, and tortillas, but not frozen or in-store baked bread. The deadline to file a claim is December 12th. We've got more information on our website at chch.com. And no, you don't need a receipt. I put my claim in a long time ago.
Yes, I remember that. We're going to take a quick time out. Brian is going to return with your traffic update and your 7-day weather forecast. Good morning.
6:24 is the time, and we're looking at our MTO traffic cameras right off the get-go here. This is the QEW at here, Ontario. Now, it's Toronto-bound lanes coming towards us that are slow through here, but the other side still has lingering construction. But the good news, it looks like that truck way in the distance with the flashing lights is backing up, picking up some of the pylons, so hopefully that'll bring the construction to an end through here. Let's check some other cameras. QEW Glendale, St. Catharines, all the way through top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, Burl Oak, Erin Mills Parkway is doing fine. Here's the 403 at Winston Churchill. Yes, the roads are fairly wet. We've had some light rain, and we will continue to get that this morning, although no problems right now. Temperatures. This is not a problem at all. Temperature right now is 7 degrees, not only for Hamilton, but for Grimsby, Mississauga, a little cooler into Toronto sitting at 6. And seasonal temperatures are now 5 degrees for the daytime high and -2 for the overnight low. So we are way above seasonal to start a morning here. Those are our sun times and records for today. Now, we still have chance of showers this morning. And temperature should be 6 degrees for the first bell about at 9 o'clock. And then 9 degrees, that's the high for the day. The good news is we'll start to see some clearing this afternoon as the day progresses. So, long-range forecast. Today 9, tonight down to -2. We'll have a wind chill about -6, but the sky will clear. Tomorrow is going to be a sunny day. It will be cooler after the cold front. High of 5 for tomorrow. A bit of cloud cover moving in for Sunday and 8. Beautiful day Monday, sunny and 8. We stay at 8 for Monday, but the clouds and the showers roll in. Showers for Tuesday, Wednesday, and fairly cloudy again for Thursday. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
All right, thank you, Brian. I love origin stories, and this is a good one. A new study suggests the first kiss happened long before humans ever walked the earth.
Now, because kissing doesn't appear in fossil records, researchers studied which modern primates have been observed kissing, and they used evolutionary analysis to determine how extinct species may have behaved. After building an evolutionary tree, the team says the earliest kiss, no, not that one, could date back about 21 million years among large apes. They believe that Neanderthals likely kissed as well. The study does not explain why or how kissing evolved, just that it emerged far earlier than previous believed. The earliest human kisses were recorded about 4,500 years ago in Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt.
I love when animals kiss because you never see it. And then when you see it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Mm-hmm. Stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live. Good morning.